Welcome to Yoga Emotion. So we'll get started and we're going to start standing. And before we even begin, don't forget the bell. Nothing happens until the bell rings out and just tunes us in. I always like to think of the bell as kind of reawakening or tuning us in. Actually, I don't know if this is helping, but I'm going to put this on as well. Okay. Coming to standing. We're not standing already. Feet, have a look at them. Their hips width apart and they're parallel. Just feel that connection with the ground. The toes, really peel them off the ground, lift them high, give those toes a little stretch, a little moment, and then come onto the toes and lift the heels high. Good, and then roll them down again. Good. And we're just going to really get into the feet and get into our balance. So on the inhale, we're going to lift the arms up, bringing the hands above the head, bringing them together, lifting the heels off the ground. On the exhale, we're coming down. So we're doing this slowly and smoothly. This is a slow, smooth inhale and exhale. Inhaling all the way up. Lift the heels high, bring the hands together, stretch up, and breathing out, lowering the hands down. The hands are coming down, the heels are coming down. So this is a tuning to the yoga. All the way up, bringing the hands together, and exhaling, the arms are coming down. Continue with that. Thinking about this, I always like to draw my attention to different aspects of this. So I can think about the physical, so I'm really extending up on the inhale, and then I'm really softening. So I'm looking at those two different aspects, the kind of more dynamic and the more softening. The other thing I like to think about is the line that my fingertips are drawing around my body, this beautiful circle, kind of complete. I like to focus on my breath. And also drawing the circle, you can imagine, if you think about it, the heart's right in the middle of it. So you can almost feel a sense of centeredness coming in, breathing in, hands coming together, breathing out, lowering the arms down. So we're just coming into a center, a focus, a tuning. Maybe that's the word of the day, tuning in. Tuning in and tuning out all the kind of fuzzy, kind of, that distorted sounds that sometimes radios have. And let's just give the knees a little shake. Let's shake it up a little bit. So knees, keep the feet on the ground, then the hips. Make some sound, breathing into the nostrils. And then the shoulders, just to get all the little atoms reconfigured and shaken up. Okay, take the feet a bit further apart. So we're just loosening everything up with these twists. Again, thinking about our center, that fine-tuned string right through our center. Bending into the knees, keeping it very upright, but softening and loosening. The arms are loose, the shoulders are getting a bit looser, and we're looking right behind us, maybe even coming up onto the toe. Feel the space around you, cool air around you. Breathing in and out. Don't forget to keep breathing and slowly come to a stop. And always a nice treat to give ourselves a little bit of attention on the lower back, or whatever area, maybe even on the buttocks as well. Wake up the buttocks. Even let some sound out. Release. And then take the knuckles either side of the lower spine. Yeah. And feel that kind of sparkle, that sparkling, bright white energy, Kundalini energy, subtle energy, rising up through that energy channel, sparkling out the crown of the head. Let's take it on the front of the body, onto the hips, just give them a little bit of attention. We do a lot of sitting, these kind of get a little bit constricted, so we just want to encourage them to open, pay some attention, maybe a bit on the belly as well. Then come on, belly, you can join in. And onto the chest, just waking, tuning the body in and tuning into our body, into this amazing vehicle, this amazing container for all of our experience. And high on the ribs here, all these sensations and experience. Good. We'll roll the shoulders back just to get a bit more breathing into the nostrils, out through the mouth, bending the knees. Roll the shoulders back a few times, and then we'll roll the shoulders forwards. So really thinking about the shoulders doing the work here. The arms are floppy. So rather than lifting the elbows, it's really the shoulders, so we get this feeling of kind of squeezing the tension out that may already have gathered up. I can feel that in my shoulders and into my neck. Good. And then we're going to do a little cross crawl. So we'll do this. I say do it quite slowly, because then you can kind of really get into that sense of coordination, balance. We can do it quite quickly. That's kind of fun. So if you really feel like you need that kind of energizing, you can do that. But otherwise, I would suggest this slow, kind of mindful approach. We're encouraged to do everything so fast, breakneck speed, faster, better, stronger. And actually I've found that slow is where it's at. That's what I'm saying. That's what my experience has shown me. And it's not always easy, because we're kind of going against the grain when we do that. And then we're just going to take the left leg out to the side and the right arm over the head. And again, let's see if we can do this a bit slower. It might be more challenging, particularly for the balance, when we're moving a bit more slowly. Breathing in and out through the nostrils to keep that energy. And again, this lovely circle we're kind of sketching out with the arms around the body, heart at the center. You can see that. Always keeping a little bit of attention on the heart, keeping it open. We'll finish with a funny one, because this brings a bit of joy, a bit of spark. So coming onto the ball of the right foot, give it a bit of a spring there. Bring the left foot behind, give it a little smack, and the other arm at the same time comes over the head. So we get this kind of movement. Now, this can be quite fast. I think it'd be difficult to do slowly, this one. And this is just to connect everything up, brighten everything up, and to be a bit silly. We don't need to be serious about everything in life. Yeah, I'm always a bit worried about the term serious yogi. I think that's a bit, I wouldn't trust that, serious yogi. I think it's good not to be serious. So come to the front of the mat. We're going to come into some standing poses. Just check your feet again, lift the toes, place them down, lift the heels, place them down, tuning in. Think about your center. Weight on the left foot. We're going to step back for a triangle with the right. Plant that right foot, even weight between the feet, breathing in, lift the arms up. Feel that alignment and attunement, breathing out, arms come down, extend the fingers away from each other, open the palms, and breathing out. Sorry, we're not bending the knee, we're reaching up with the left arm and down, reaching up with the right. Good. So think about the shoulders going down. This is really key, particularly in the standing postures, but in a lot of postural. And to take the shoulders down, we kind of lift the chest, and the neck is nice and long. Neck is staying in line with the spine, not hanging. So we really keep that extension, attunement. Maybe attunement is a better word than alignment. Breathe, opening the hip, opening the side body, breathing into that. And then coming up on the inhale, lowering the arms on the exhale, bending into the right knee, bring yourself back to the front of the mat. Shift onto the right foot, left foot's coming back. Again, get the feet nice and planted. Breathe in, lift the arms up, lift the chest, lengthen the body, breathing out, bring the arms down to shoulder height. Breathing in, open the chest, breathing out, reaching over to the right and down. So the movement and the breath, attuned. Feel that legs are strong, but watch out for locking the knees. So feel the thighs are engaged, feel that hip is strong and keeping everything in place. Feel like everything is extending away from there. Extending the left arm up, turning the chest to look up at the ceiling, long neck, breathing deeply. Take some focus on emptying out on that out breath. Also just wiggle the toes to check that you're not gripping the mat with the toes. This happens very easily without us noticing, so always paying attention to what's happening. Use the inhale to come up. Exhale, lower the arms down, bend into the left knee, and bring yourself back to the front of the mat. Take a moment there. We're going to step back, a bigger step for warrior two. So weight on the left foot, big step back, big step. Maybe creep it a bit further if you want to get a bit wider. Again, planting both feet down, hips are level. Okay, we don't want this kind of coming out of the line. Breathing in, lift the arms up, lift the chest, lift the ribs. Keep that lift as you bring the arms down, take the shoulders down, extend the back of the neck. Breathing in, extend between the fingertips, breathing out, bending into the left knee, pushing down into the right foot. Open the hips. So just to check, you can see your big toe as you look down on the inside of that left knee. If you can't, you know, that knee is coming in the way, then you need to adjust the position of your foot, because it means we don't want to twist that joint. It's really important. So find the alignment or attunement with yourself, with your body as it is. So pushing into that back foot, that anchor leg, breathe. Have that sense of almost, you know, these arms extending away from each other keeps that liftedness in the body, and the legs sink down. So we have these, all this expansive quality. Back of the neck long, looking down the left arm, really with some intention, strong intention. Go a bit lower if you can, breathing all the time to power this position, powerful position. Use the inhale to come up, exhale, lowering the arms down. And you feel that leg, a little bit of heat in the leg, bending into the right knee, and bring yourself back to the front of the mat. Good. Weight on the right foot, step back, big step with the left. Big step. Don't forget the position of the feet is not a right angle. The toes of the back foot are slightly pointing forwards in alignment with the right. Get the hips level, breathing in, lift the arms up, lift the chest. Fresh new in breath, out breath coming down. Drop those shoulders down, lift the chest. Breathing in and breathing out. So as the right knee comes forward, the same effort and tension is pushing into that back foot, the back edge of that back foot. So we have this, almost this dynamic, this almost 2 points moving away from each other in space. Try and think of it in that way. Strong belly, strong back, feeling that sense of holding yourself there. Check again the inside of that right knee and adjust the position so that you feel, yeah, I'm landed here. Everything is aligned or attuned to my body, to my yoga. And breathe. Lifting the chest, lengthening the body as you breathe in. And sinking a little deeper. Maybe even drawing up Mula Bandha, the pelvic floor, similar to Mula Bandha. And use the inhale to come up. Exhaling, lower the arms down. Bend into the left knee and bring yourself back to the front of the mat. Okay, we'll have a little bit of a repose now. So we're going to come into a ragdoll just to release the spine. So remember the sense of disintegration. The knees are bending, the hands are sliding down the front of the leg. It's lovely just to let it all go. Feel the weight of the head pulling you down to the ground. Arms are hanging. You can feel as your arms hang, you can feel that space naturally being created between the shoulder blades. The knees are bent so that your upper body can hang. You're hanging from the hips. Don't forget, you always have the option of putting the elbows on the knees if that feels more comfortable for you. Otherwise, let yourself hang. Breathe in deeply. Just hanging and giving your weight to the earth. Particularly the head, the neck feels like it needs a little bit more attention. Just turn the head side to side, just to remind the neck, hey, you can just relax here. And just feel the weight of this big head. This head's quite a weight. And it's just by using the weight and hanging, we can just release and maybe create some space in that neck column. Now we feel the pull, the invisible thread lifting us from the base of the spine. Keep the knees bent, slowly coming up. Vertebrae by vertebrae, we create space. Just imagine that spaciousness you're creating in your own spine. Lifting the shoulders back and letting them fall back. We'll just do a couple more of those circles as we come to standing. Joy, openness in the chest. How about a balance now? So we're going to come into a heron balance, again, moving and feeling this lovely, very graceful balance practice. Weight on the left foot, and we're going to take the fingers out to the side, opening the hands up. At the same time, we start to lift that right knee. So we're going to see how this feels. Breathing in, bring the hands together, turning the hands, lowering down. So this is all about, again, slowing and attuning. Very difficult to think about anything else. We bring the weight to the right foot down. We start at the same time we lift the left foot up. So there's definitely a shift, a transitional moment, and the weight moves. And just enjoy that moment when the left foot hits the ground and you just shift the weight. And we breathe in, we lift the arms up. Inhale, we're lifting the fingers to the skies. We're lifting the knee really high and then breathing out, coming down. But we're moving continuously, a continuous flow. Inhale. The hands come together above the head just to make the end point. And as they come down, breathing out, the hands maybe even touch the fingers together just to complete that circle. Now we're going to do a variation. If you want to, you can just continue, but otherwise you can make this a bit longer. Breathing in, breathing out, the foot, we're pushing that out, and the hands come down. Then we lift the knee again, lift the arms up, and exhale, lowering down. Good. So the heron, or maybe you've got some herons or cranes around, they can serve as great inspiration for this, you know, their gracefulness, and their poise in the water or in the skies. Breathing in. The long, elegant limbs, breathing in, breathing out. Good, breathing in and breathing out. Breathing in, breathing out. So you may be a bit faster than me, that's okay, or a bit slower, that's also okay. But really think about the steadiness and smoothness of the movement. We'll do one more each side, just to really feel this. Breathing in, breathing out, pushing that foot out, so lengthening the leg. Breathing in, lift the knee high, lift the arms high, breathing out. You notice you have to use the abdominals a little bit for that when you lift that knee. This is good. Abdominals working to help the back. Breathing in, lift the knee high. Feel that there? And then breathing out. This is strong. You know, the whole body has to work here. Breathing in and breathing out. And we're landing. Finding our feet again on the ground. Just find your feet. Lift the toes, place them down, lift the heels, place them down. Just take the feet wide. Take the feet wide. And also they're parallel. And we interlink the fingers behind the back. Going to open up this lovely chest, open up the heart again. So looking up, opening the chest, lifting the chest, taking the shoulders back and down, but the hands are just rested on the back there. Inhale, exhaling, we're bending forward from the hips. Make sure you soften your knees so we're not locking them. Keeping that strength in the belly, keeping the strength in the back. Breathing in and out the whole time. And then when you come far forward, maybe you don't keep the back straight anymore and just let the body fall forward. The head is coming down towards the ground. So then we're going to let the arms, the interlinked fingers staying there, but the arms are going to come over the body. So this is really opening up the chest, front of the shoulders, back to the shoulders, in between the shoulder blades. Just be mindful that you're not locking your knees and not gripping with the toes. And breathe. Also be mindful that you're not pushing those arms over. Instead, just use the weight of the arms on your breath and some patience, and they will slowly give a little bit. Much more interesting, much more useful to you. Now bring those interlinked hands, to keep them interlinked, those fingers, to the center of your back and draw a circle. Just draw a circle right in the center. It's like watering the parched fields, as they say in craniosacral. So we do it one way and then we go the other way. Soft knees now, bent knees, as we slowly uncurl to standing. Let's give your back a little bit more attention there. Oh, it feels good. And now while we're here, we're going to just turn the feet out. So well, actually, if you bend your knees, you're going to find the position that your feet, or the angle the feet need to be in. So yeah, keeping those knees nice and wide, keeping those hips open, not pushing the bottom back, but having the chest above the base of the body. So we're really keeping, again, imagining the tail is pointing down to the ground, strong belly there. Keep the hands pressed together, lift the chest towards the hands. We get this lovely opening in the chest again, and length in the waist and in the belly. So head, back of the neck long. Breathing in, pushing up through the feet, breathing out, knees coming out to the side, lowering your center of gravity down. So we're coming close to the earth. Breathing out, breathing in, pushing up, breathing out, coming down. Knees going out to the side. Good. Now we're going to come into the goddess here. Such fun, this one. Breathing in, you lift the out. The fingers are going up like a rocket. And then out. Don't forget the tongue coming out the mouth, the eyes wide. Let's get some fire breathing here. Breathing in. Arms strong out to the side, knees out to the side. Good. Take a moment to gather yourself. Let's do one more of these. Breathing in. It's a good roaring motion. Now bring the feet together. Gradually and slowly. Give the legs a little shake, give the arms a little shake. Everything enjoys a bit of a shake, a bit of a tension. Good. Okay, we're going to come into another standing posture. We're going to come into a warrior. So we're going to come to the back of the mat this time. Feet are in a little V shape, space between the heels there. Weight on the left foot, big step forward with the right. Great big step forward. So the feet, or the toes, are pointing pretty much forward. The back we won't be exactly forward, it'll be a slight angle. Get the hips level. So that right hip will want to come forward, bring that right hip back, left hip forward. Strong belly, tailbone pointing down. Breathing in, lift the arms up. The palms are facing each other, but there's space between them. Keep the shoulders down, chest lifted. Breathe in, breathing out, bending into that right knee. Good. And you can look up at the space between your hands if you like that sense of lift it. Well, it will help to lift your chest, but also there's a challenge of the balance. The balance is more challenged when you're looking up there. But you choose which you prefer. All the time, have a sense almost of pulling that right hip back, left hip forward, pushing that left heel down. Breathe. Make sure there's space between your ears and your shoulders there. The extension is coming through the arm, up through the elbow into the fingertips. And try and keep the arms back by your ears, or so you might just see the edge of them in your peripheral vision. We don't want them in the way or in front. Good. Come up on the inhale, lower the arms on the exhale, and we're going to come into a forward bend over this right leg. So you can, if you want, hold your back because you're coming forwards if you feel you need the extra support, or if you're feeling strong in your back, make yourself very long, extending the arms up. Soften that knee as you're coming forwards. Breathing out, coming forwards, either holding the back or in extended. Let the fingers reach the ground, so you might need to bend the knee to do that, or put some blocks on the ground. And now we're thinking about lengthening the right leg. So push the big toe into the earth and the right hip is lifting away. So again, we're thinking about these 2 points moving away from each other in space. And the body's coming down towards the leg. And we're breathing with this. And as with most of these, you have the support of the ground, so you're fairly stable there. If you want to close your eyes, so you can feel this more than, thinking about how it looks. So you can feel that big toe pressing. You can feel the right sit bone or the right hip is lifting up to the ceiling. And you feel the leg is lengthening with your breath. Deep in breath, long, slow out breath, right to the end, empty out. I'm going to come out of this, so you bend the knee a bit more, and then you can just walk your hands up the leg, make it really nice and easy, gentle. Now you bend into the right knee, so you can spring back to the back of the mat. Now, how's the legs feel now? Give the legs a little bit of a shake, just to reset and to let them know, hey, I'm taking care of you there. Feet, little V shape again, weight on the right foot, big step forward with the left, big. You might want to creep the foot forward if you want to make it a bit wider. Right hip forward, left hip back, push that right heel down, strong right buttock. Think about the position of your pelvis. This is tricky, all of this, it takes a lot of practice to really, but work towards where you want to go. Breathing in, lift the arms up. Arms directly up by your ears, keep the shoulders down, breathing out, bending into the left knee. As the left knee goes forwards, the dynamic is pushing into the right heel. These are the 2 points moving away from each other in space. Attuning. looking up at the space between the hands, you want to do that. It reminds you to keep those fingers nice and extended as well. Lifting the chest, strong belly, all the time. Just thinking about the position of the hips. Also, this is a great one for using Mula Bandha, drawing up that pelvic floor. Really keeps that stability and helps to stabilize and keep you steady. So you could actually stay here a lot longer using that root strength. Use the inhale to come up. Exhale now, lowering the arms down. So they feel their legs really getting engaged. Now, forward bend. Soften the knee, give that knee a little bit of a bend, the left one. Either hold the back or extend, inhaling, exhaling, coming forwards. Strong belly with this because this is a long line here. Reach the floor. So, whether your knee is bent, whatever's happening here, we're going to start lengthening this left leg, pushing the big toe into the earth. Imagine that pressing, and then the left sit bone or the left hip is lifting up behind you to the ceiling. The body's coming down towards this left leg. Breathe deeply, empty the breath out. You'll notice if you really extend that out breath, take it right to the end, you'll notice there's a little bit of give right at the end. You've never tried that, just try it. Empty, empty, empty. Go a little bit further. Tiny pause. And you'll see there's a little bit of, it might be just a millimeter, but it just feels like, oh, there's a give. Now we're going to bend the left knee, walk the hands up the leg. Good. Bend into the left knee a lot to spring back to the back of the mat. Oh, lots of activity. So we're going to come down to the ground in a little squat. Let's release. Ah, that feels so nice on the hips. If your heels don't reach the ground, that might not feel so nice. So it's best to put them on something, cushions or blocks or books or whatever you have there. And also, if you find it's difficult, you're always falling backwards, then again, put something underneath the heels. Try and get the knees open, get the body between them. Let's just rest down. So I would suggest putting the backs of the hands on the ground to really feel that sense of surrendering to the earth. Let the head hang. And then again, some real mindful, deep breaths. Releasing breaths. So releasing breaths is in through the nostrils. Out through the mouth. Give it a bit of sound as well. Why not? Good. And now lifting the head up, bringing the hands together. Let's take those hands towards the heart and just see if you can press the elbows into the inside of the knees there, just to open up the hips a little more. And lift the chest towards the hands. Again, this position might make you feel like you're falling back, out of balance. So put your heels on something if that's you. Back of the neck is long. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Smile, enjoy. Yeah. Pressing the hands together strongly, connecting with those abdominals. And then bring the hands to the ground. We're going to come up into a ragdoll. So knees are bent, let the body hang. Breathe in through the nostrils. Sigh out through the mouth and unfurl. Imagine the sunlight is hitting your lower spine and traveling up your central column. Your spine, your nervous system is brightening, being filled with radiant energy and sunlight right to the crown and coming out from the crown. Always feeling a sense of your center here. So feet are going down into the earth, into the center of the earth, and this silver thread is lifting and connecting you to the universe. So there's a sense of connection, this human being. And with that, we'll try the balance actually. Now we feel a sense of that rootedness. So weight onto the left foot. I'm going to come into tree balance. So you have a choice with the position of the right leg. You turn that right knee out, so you're opening the hip. Place it either on the ankle or the calf, not on the knee, or on high on the inner thigh. Pressing that firmly. Some people find some of their clothes that they're slidey. You do need to press firmly, you need to press the leg back. But if you're still sliding, one little tip, hot breath on the hand, rub it on the foot, and it's amazingly how sticky that is. Try it if that's a problem, but it's yeah. One of my yoga teachers taught me that one, and I thought, wow, that's not going to work, and it did. A bit of magic. So once you're here, feel the sense of roots going down from the sole of the foot. Lift the toes if you dare, or at least try not to grip with them. Breathing in, lift the arms up, bring the hands together above the head, and then bring them into the heart center. So as they come down, almost feel the pull of the heart wanting to come towards the hands. So we're just feeling this sense of openness in the heart. And the sense of the heart being in the center. So everything going down from the heart is going into the earth, drawing up moisture, drawing up nurture from the earth. And everything above is reaching up into the light, you know. So think about the heart being there in the center, the tree. We're emulating these beautiful, I would say, beings, these trees. And also in this moment, thinking about the mother tree, so how they're all connected, all intermingling, all nourishing each other. And that's what we are right now in this community. Now as you inhale, lift the arms up, exhaling, lower the arms down. And catch that right knee if you can, lift it up high, give it another squeeze and lower it down. Give the legs a little shake, give the knees a shake, give the hips a shake, give the shoulders a shake. Feels good to do that. Weight onto the right foot. Same thing on this side as you do the other side. Pressing. Try that trick if you want to. Make it more sticky. This foot's a bit more sticky anyway for some reason. Okay. Taking that knee out to the side. So we're really thinking about opening these hips, lifting the chest away. So long again in the belly. Breathing the arms come up. And let's have these beautiful branches. Let's really truly emulate tree. Wiggle the toes to make sure you're not gripping. So these fingers are your twigs, the arms are the branches. All the branches, everything is growing from this heart, you know, the crown of the tree, everything extending to the light. So breathe into that heart, give it energy, give it power, and feel, yeah, this interconnectedness between each other, all the roots intermingling and feeding and giving each other what we need in exchange for what we have to give. Inhaling, bring the hands together, exhaling, bringing the hands down. Inhaling, lift that left knee, give it a squeeze and lower it down slowly so you can let it like float down to the ground. Give the legs a shake, give the arms a shake. Yeah. And let's just have a little half breath here. We often do this as a kind of warming or releasing, but I think it's a nice moment sometimes to do this. And we'll bring a bit of lightness into this. I invite you to do a ha ha ha, if you like. Breathing in, fresh new energy. Ha ha ha. Swing the arms, knees bend, so the legs are strong when you come down into that. We throw that ha 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 out into the ground. Ha ha ha. So it kind of feels quite light, but there may be maybe there's some stodgy stuff in the ha. You can do one, you can do more than one, whatever you need. Let's just sweep out anything that's been stirred up that we don't want. You know, maybe there's some negative thoughts or negative patterns, ideas. Mostly it's kind of stuff we feel about ourselves, so we don't need that. We clear a bit of space for that to move. And let's do one more of those. Breathing in. We laugh at those things. Okay. And then moving and breathing. Well, let's just find this moment for gratitude. I think that's a good thing to do for our tuning. So feet hips width apart, parallel, soft knees. Standing firm on the ground, lift the toes again and place them down. Remind yourself you're in a body. We have ground beneath us. Lift the heels high and lower them down. This is a great thing to do, actually. Just try that a few times, lifting the heels and lowering them down. You know, if you're ever just doing something, this is something you can integrate into your daily life or daily routines. Standing, waiting for the kettle to boil, or, you know, doing some preparations, whatever you're doing, you know, brushing your teeth. just try and incorporate this movement because it's so good for balance, feeling the feet, and also you get a bit of a stretch on the legs and the calves. So it's a great practice. So gratitude. Yes, the power of gratitude. Breathing in, breathing out, pointing the fingers down, breathing in, lifting the arms up, extending those fingers out to the sides, drawing a beautiful big circle around, bring the hands together, watching the hands. So we're watching the hands. We're keeping our attention on that as we look down to the fingers, they point to the ground, they come out to the sides, our eyes lift up, kind of waiting for that moment when they meet at the top. These two beautiful opposing forces, the left and the right, coming down through the heart, pointing at the ground. Now we bring a gratitude into this. So rather than just, things and words, we go a bit deeper on this with gratitude. We might start with, I'm grateful for something nice that happened, or somebody, or, what I can see outside my window, or good health, all these things. But really see if you can feel it in your body. This is where gratitude takes on another dimension and really elevates, raises our vibration. This is really important at this time. Raising our vibration, and we raise up everybody else around us. So gratitude is a very, very simple way to do that. What do I feel grateful for today? Feel that. I'll do one more of these. And welcome in more of this. Welcome more of this energy as we lift up, breathing in, and draw in whatever we need into this body, into this stay, into this moment. Let the hands rest at the heart center, where it's all happening here. Keeping that heart open, close your eyes and focus on your heart. How is your heart today? And this is not what you're inventing, how you'd like it to be, but how it actually is. This is the yoga, how it is, how things are. And noticing and witnessing and being with life and the world as it is, and appreciating that. Just feel and imagine and see that heart in all its full glory. And then maybe that it's blocked and there may be something in the way, but acknowledge that, see that, feel it. And then the hands drop down. So with this bit of heart power. We're going to do some half sun salutes. Feels like a good thing to do today. Maybe this will help the sun come out. Breathing in, lift the arms up. Bring the hands together, breathing out, the arms come down, the knees bend, the fingertips touch the ground. Looking down at the ground, breathing in, the hands come just below the knees, the chest lifts, the shoulders go back. See how my neck's nice and long, and then breathing out, forward bend with the straight legs. Looking down at the ground, bend the knees a lot, breathing in, push up through the feet, inhale. Hands come together, exhale, arms come down. Good. So we're just keeping this flowing, keeping our attunement, breathing out fingertips, breathing in. And the breath makes this kind of feel almost effortless. Once we get the pattern and the sequence, it's all about the breath. So we don't have to think about that. We pay attention, think about lengthening, we think about the heart coming down, the knees bending, the fingertips touching the ground. We think about getting that full inhale, and then we think about the exhale and the heart coming down to the earth. Bend the knees a lot, the heart's flying upwards. The hands are flying upwards, we're looking upwards, and then we're coming back down into kind of the center again. So it's flying upwards, inhaling. It's diving down into the earth. It's wanting to fly upwards again, lifting up out of the earth, and then going down deeper into the earth. Bend the knees a lot, flying up. Quite dramatic, that one, and breathing out. So we need a dramatic inhale. And again, inhaling, filling with energy, bending the knees, coming down to the earth briefly for a little touch of the earth. And then, before we go down into the earth, bend the knees a lot, push up through those legs, strong legs, inhale, strong inhale, exhale. So again, you can also feel the contrast between that strong inhale, filling up, and the exhale, releasing, softening, soft knees, fingertips touch the earth. Then the inhale, strong, and then the exhale, releasing. Bend the knees, breathing in. That's a very strong, swooping up like a bird, breathing out. Let's do one more of these, breathing in. Breathing out, coming down. Knees bend, fingertips. Breathing in and breathing out. Forward bend. Just stay there for a second in the forward bend. Make sure you have contact with the ground. No matter how you have to do that, if you bend your knees, if you have blocks or something on the floor, but we need contact if it's fingertips or if it's whole hand. And then once you have that, then you can start working. So we think about, again, 2 points moving away from each other in space. The sternum, the center of the chest, coming down to the ground between the big toes, and the tail lifting up to the ceiling, to the skies. And breathe. It's all about the breath in the end. We're connecting with our breath, staying connected with our breath. Okay. Good. Another breath. And we'll come into a, we're going to come to standing. So we'll just take the hands probably take the hands to the lower back or hold on to the waist there. And we're going to lift the body so it's kind of halfway up. So when we're halfway, with strong legs, strong belly, strong back. The elbows are lifting, the shoulders are coming back down, the chest is almost looking forwards and looking forwards. So in a strong position, you might want to hold the back there. Now use the inhale to come up to standing and release. Move the back a little bit. That's always going to feel good. Breathe. We'll do a little mini back bend just to counter pose that strong forward bend. So take the hands to the lower back, fingers are pointing down. Bring the elbows together, bend the knees, take the hips forward. So the idea is here, we're in a back bend, but try and think more about opening the whole front of the body. So opening the front of the hips, opening the belly, opening the chest, taking the shoulders back, opening the front of the shoulders, supporting that back so we can do that. Keep the knees bent slightly. They don't look bent, my knees here, but locked will be here, and then I put too much pressure here on the back. That softness in the knee is really essential. Use the inhale to come back up. Again, rub the back a little bit. Yeah. Okay, we're going to come to the floor. Loosen things on the floor and slow it down a little bit after that. So bring the hands forward. We're going to come in a slow squat. Check your feet to hips with apart, parallel. Inhale, exhaling. Bottom is going back, the arms are coming forward. Strong legs. See if we can do this slowly, breathing in and out, fueling the movement the whole time. Slowly, slowly, slowly as you can. Catch yourself with your hands when you need to. And the legs out in front. Loosen the legs and enjoy the sense of the ground beneath you now at last. Okay. Give the legs a little bit of a rub as well. They've worked very hard today. Lots of standing postures. Bring the legs together. Take the fleshy part back a little bit to give yourself a bit more space. Toes towards the ceiling, legs pressed together. Just bring the hands either side here. Pressing the ground, lifting the chest away. So you feel a sense of lifting the chest. You feel those in the abdominals here. And as if you're sitting against a wall here. So the shoulders go back, back of the neck is long. And you'll feel that very strongly in your abdominals. So this position, I always think it looks like nothing's happening, but there's a lot happening. Legs have to work, abdominals, back, shoulders, chest, everything is engaged here. So feel that engagement, enjoy that brightness in your body, and then release. And it feels nice to release too. Forward bend. Inhale, extend the fingers up, watch the fingers, so extend up to the ceiling, and then lead with the heart. Again, leading with the heart. Comes forwards, try to keep the shoulders down away from the ears and just let the hands float down wherever they're going to go, on the ground or on the legs. You might be at a place where you can take the first two fingers and hook them around the big toes, if you are comfortably, but if it looks like this, then I would avoid that. If you need to have contact with the feet, you can always place something around, like a belt, or I always think a scarf or the cord of your dressing gown is always good. Come away a little bit, breathing in, lengthen, lift the chest, take the shoulders back, and then take the chest forwards again. Breathe, close your eyes, focus on your breath. So again, 2 points in space. Think about the base of the spine driving back towards the wall behind you and the heart going forwards to the big toes. Think about this, these 2 points moving away from each other in space, creating space between them. And focus on that rather than the position of your body. Much more interesting to think about these 2 points in space and align with that and breathe with that. It gives us a focus without feeling a sense of an endpoint, some kind of goal. Because as we know, the goal is not the goal anyway. It's just a point in space to move towards. And then we'll walk the hands up the legs just to be nice and easy. Walk them back up and then take the hands behind. And we'll come into either a hip lift, so lifting the legs, flattening the feet, or for feet on the ground into a tabletop, or keeping the legs on the ground, opening the chest. You take your pick, whichever you feel, how much power you feel in your body today, whatever's appropriate for you. There's not one that's not better than the other, it's just what's appropriate. Good. And it's definitely not levels, it's not this is kind of higher level, it's not at all. The levels, in fact, if you're going to talk about levels, higher level is being able to discern what's right for you. And that takes practice. Okay. In fact, let's just bring the legs up, hug the knees, and release from that. So maybe back of the neck needs a little bit more release. Let the head fall to the knees. Hug your knees. Hugging yourself feels good. This lovely little container of yourself, this little seed. And then we take the hands around the front of the knees. Let's come into our egg. So open. So we've kind of gone really open on the back. Now we're going to open the chest. Take the shoulders back. So it's the opposite. Keeping that length. So we're really taking the opening the front of the body, strong back, strong belly, so that we can come into this cosmic egg. The toes could still be on the floor, or if you can, see if you can come into this balance. But it's really taking the balance forward onto the sitting bones there. And you'll find that if you sit back, it takes the pressure off the abdominals, which we don't want actually. We want to really even it out so the abdominals and the back are working together in harmony. And then lower the feet down. Just one more thing here. I'm going to let the knees fall out to the side now, just to release these hips. Bring the soles of the feet together, close to the groin if you can, but if it's more comfortable a bit further away, stay with that. Let's have a little bit of a rock here. Yeah, have a little rock here, side to side. You can bring your hands to the sides if you feel more comfortable with that. Or you can just have them holding your feet. Let me try either you like. Yeah. And then we come to a stillness again. Holding on to the toes or the ankles, wherever you feel you can hold on to. Again, if you're hunched forward when you hold on to the toes, then I would hold the ankles. So I would take the shoulders back and down. So, or if you'd like to think about lifting the chest and the shoulders sink back away. We get a nice long neck, back of the neck is long, chin is slightly tucked in, head's on top of the body. So you feel this centeredness, base of the spine, going down into the center of the earth, the silver thread lifting into the universe. We're connected. And then we're just going to let the knees come down to the sides. Breathe. Breathe deeply, breathing in. Feel the air in your body expanding and breathing out. So you're breathing in and out through the nostrils here. All the time lifting the chest, opening the chest. The breath is in the belly and in the chest, in the back. This whole torso is like this vessel for breath. And enjoy that. And then releasing and release. And then we place the thumbs in the center of the foot, in the center of the soles of the foot, and just rub little circles, center. Take a look at them there. Yeah, good. And then we're going to kind of do the opposite. So we're sitting very tall now. We're going to let the back bend. And imagine the crown of your head's going into the center of the feet, opening the feet like a little book there. You might find your elbows sit into the thighs there. It might help to open the hips. The main thing is just bringing head down, curving the back as much as you can.
Breathing in deeply, breathing out long. Good. The breath is in and out through the nostrils.
Slowly come back up to seated, straighten up, lift the knees up, hug the knees again. Good. Stretch the legs out. I'm going to lay the body down. We're almost there. Extend the fingers towards the toes. Slowly, slowly lower down your body, using those abdominal strength, but keeping the softness and the aliveness by keeping that breath soft, as if nothing's happening. You know, the breath is just keeping going, fueling us until we lay the spine down, let everything go. Oh, the ground feels great. Enjoy your sense of release. Let the feet fall out to the sides, let the arms fall out to the sides. Good. Breathing into the nostrils, sighing out through the mouth. And while we're here, we're just going to, actually, first of all, before we do something else, we're just going to hug the knees just to release the back. It's not a lot of work, so we just want to roll side to side, getting that kind of connection and that pressure as we roll it around on the ground, that connection, that resistance of the firm ground. Really nice, creates a nice massage for the back of the body, releasing, that connection, that physical connection. But almost like it's a way of help the ground touching and massaging. Feel that sense of connection and nourishment coming from the earth. Extend the legs up, extend the arms up, just to give your legs a bit of lightness, giving them some freedom. And obviously, we're changing their position, elevating them, and inverting them. So we give them a little bit of a rest in a way. And then we're going to rotate the wrists and ankles. Enjoy the movement. Notice if there's any clicks and pops. And just sense that maybe they are getting lessened as you move, oiling the joints, moving, creating space. Hug the knees again. Place the soles of the feet on the ground. Slide the legs away. Give yourself a full extension, taking the arms away from you on the ground, pointing the toes, breathing in. Feeling that waist getting lots of length, the abdominals releasing. We did a lot of work today. Breathing in, breathing out. Now breathing in, let the legs relax now. And breathing out, bring the arms up over the head and alongside the body. We'll do that a couple more times, breathing in. So this is the full inhale, the chest is opening, and the exhale, the arms are coming forward. The legs are just relaxed now. There's some space between the feet and the feet falling out to the side. So it's more about that kind of softening. We're still paying attention, keeping our mind focused and aligned with our breath. So the breath is smooth, even, and steady, like a steady stream of oil. You know, imagine you're pouring oil from one of those little oil cans. It's a steady, thin stream, steady and liquid. Let's do one more of these. So for the whole of the arms coming up is inhale, steady, 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 steady movement. And then the whole of the movement forwards is the exhale. And it's an opportunity to really breathe out. And let the arms just rest on the ground. Let the arms roll out. And maybe just to finish, let's just chant the mantra Om. Close the eyes, lying in shavasana. Chant the mantra Om 3 times, breathing in. Close your eyes if they're not closed already and really feel that sound vibrating in your whole body, breathing in. And one more, breathing in. Breathe easy now, just let the breath flow. If you need to cover yourself for a few moments, we're going to lie in shavasana for some relaxation. So give yourself time to relax. Breathe. And just feel your body is sinking deeply into the earth. Breath coming in and breath going out. Notice what has been stirred, what has been aligned, what space has been created, what shifts and changes have come into your sense of being. And all there is to do now is not do anything. And watch the breath coming in and out through the nostrils. Watch the belly rise and fall, the chest expand and contract gently, like a sleeping baby. The focus is inwards, the eyes are closed. Breath coming in, breath going out. Breath is taking care of itself. Breath coming in and breath going out. Breath coming in, breath going out, just feeling your body slowly sinking, sinking, sinking and softening, melting. Body is melting into this rich, fertile earth, this mother, holding us, feeding us, nurturing us the whole time. But now we can feel this. Totally let go, relax, soften. Just some words here from David White. When we pay attention deeply to something other than ourselves, in silence, we become aware of our own body in a deeper way, as if the world is actually looking back at us with the same intensity. So with that, we come to the end of our practice today. Okay, so very slowly now, hug your knees, stretch your body, move your limbs, do whatever feels good for you to do that. And bring yourself back to the day, back to the moments, appreciating yourself for being here and giving yourself this. Rub the arms, be grateful for this body, and back, just feeling everything, the feet, the face, everything is you. Good. And then rub the palms together. Vigorously create some heat and energy and place that over the heart center. And we bring to mind our sankalpa, our intention. What words? You choose the words, you set your intention. Believe in yourself, believe in those words, and the universe will take care of the rest. And give that to your heart. Say that a few times, your sankalpa. And give it your full attention, a full heart, energy. Good. Thank you so much. Namaste. Have a wonderful day, and thank you for being here.